The calm before the storm that will be PXC 52 today, as fighters sat down for questions from the media at the beautiful PIC Amphitheater. Several Guam fighters celebrating a homecoming of sorts, with former PXC heavyweight champion Rocky Martinez making a return to the PXC. Kyle Boom Regis returning to the PXC after going 3-1 in his last 4 fights in the States. And Guam's Tessa Simpson finally making her Guam fight debut after her opponent didn't make weight in PXC 50. And Simpson is eager to go to work in front of the best MMA fans in the world.
It's for sure going to be an exciting fight. You know, I have a lot riding on this. I've been waiting 2.5 years to get back in the cage, you know, so I really want to finish this fight. I know Satomi's going to be an exciting fighter. She has a lot of fights too, so I think it's going to be a great fight. I want everybody to come out and watch and support.
Simpson will face Satomi Takano of Japan Friday night, and she says although she comes from a jiu-jitsu background, she's in love with throwing the leather.
You know, I'm well-rounded. Jiu-jitsu is my background, but, you know, I have hands. I like to box, and I like to throw down. So, you know, if we get the chance, it's going to be exciting.
So don't bet on a submission finish from Simpson just yet, as she says she'll be going for a different type of finish come Fight Night Friday.
Well, I have every finish in my record except a knockout, so that'd be nice, yeah.
Kyle Boom Regis is back on the rock and ready to roll Friday night in PXC 52. Regis, a fan favorite in the PXC, has been living in Arizona and training out of the famed Rise Gym, a move prompted after his last PXC bout, a loss to current featherweight champion Alex Volkanovski.
After that loss, you know, I went back to the drawing board. I did what I had to do. I left the island, you know, get my next level training, and I had a few fights back there, and I learned a lot after that last loss.
Regis is 8-4 in MMA and has won 3 of his last 4 fights in the States. He faces Australian Rory O'Connell, an aggressive striker with a 6-1 record, Friday night at the UOG Calvo Field House. With his well-rounded fight attack, Regis is pumped up and plans to drop a little thunder on his opponent from down under.
Everything's been really different in training. Before, when I used to train, I used to go to the gym nervous to spar and excited to hit pads. Now it's the other way around, because training now, I got to be able to conserve my body, conserve my brain, and also not injure my teammates. So now I'm nervous to hit pads because that's where we go really hard, and I'm excited to spar because sparring's not as intense as it was before.
Regis says his training methods earlier in his career wore him down and didn't let him maximize his fighting potential. Fine-tuning his training with proper diet and nutrition and rest periods has him feeling ready to thrill his hometown crowd.
This fight camp's been really different from all my other camps. All my other camps, I really felt broken down. I felt overtrained, overworked, haven't been able to recover properly, and the fights where I felt most prepared for were the fights where I actually lost.
So be prepared, Guam, because here comes the boom. PXC 52, Fight Night Friday at the UOG Calvo Field House. Doors open at 6 p.m. and the fights start at 7. Weigh-ins for Submit were held for the island's first submission-only grappling event, with fights to take place tonight at the Sandcastle, pitting the best of Guam's grappling gurus against each other, including one youth match and several exciting fights leading up to the main event, Guam's first ever submission-only black belt battle between 2 Chamorros, Purebred's Terrence Afflegui and Spike 22's Jacob Guerrero. Afflegui favors the format, saying it's a throwback to the old school days when the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu point system had nothing to do with winning.
I feel good, you know, I like the format. It's a new format, 20 minutes, you have to sub to win. And yeah, you know, I guess my experience, it kind of reminds me of like the white belt, blue belt days, you know, like we didn't have that smart clock, and we just had the clock, you know what I mean, the hands on the wall, and pretty much when you clap hands and spar, the spar ended when you had the sub, you know what I mean, so it feels good. I like it, I'm excited.
An interesting note, Afflegui and Guerrero used to train with each other back in their white and blue belt days. But with many years passing since then, it's going to be an exciting matchup both black belts have worked hard to prepare for.
Did a lot of cardio, you know, worked on my cardio a bit. Also did a lot of training with all the high-level guys at the gym. Dan O'Connor, you know, really helped a lot. bring it back to my basics, bring it back to the roots. I had Mikey Joe, of course, Brian Bomba, John Tuck. All the boys at the gym really helped me out. They just buried me in all their techniques.
Winners from tonight's battle may get a chance to advance to future Submit events, so good luck to all the fighters rolling.